Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This one now Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazinamde Kano. God bless, please, Lord, bless Oyendo Mazinamde Kano, Lord. Please bless him, protect him. Protect him. Oh, God have mercy. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, the one and only ESN, EKPA Simon Njoko, for the great job Simon is doing. So I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, permit me today to speak to you and also speak to those who they call the Nigerians, those that love Nigeria. Those that say they believe in one Nigeria, that nothing can divide them and their beloved Nigeria. Today, I want to call upon those who claim to be Christians, even those heading what they call CAN. Is it the Catholic Association of Nigeria or the Christians Association of Nigeria? I don't know, whichever way you want to call it. I want to call on those who are running the affairs of the so-called religious belief in Nigeria, who says they believe in Nigeria, they believe in the diversity in Nigeria. They say there is unity in diversity in Nigeria. They say the Hausa, the Muslims, the Fulani Cabal, they respect the diversity in the religion of that so-called Nigeria. Today, it is sad to say I am here to burst your bubble. I am here like the prophet of old that would say, I told you so. As it was said before, so shall it be today. The same way it was told before, the same way it shall be said unto you today. Fellow Biafrans, our leader Mazinamde Kano has spoke about the Islamization of Nigeria. The man they call my Lafia, or whatever his name of blessed memory, he was killed for speaking out through the power. He spoke to us about what was coming from the year 2022 and the delay, the unforeseen delay of what was to come by the Fulani Caliphate in taking over Nigeria in the year 2022. The delay came as a result of Mazinamde Kano letting those to know, those out there, those who believe they are one Nigerianist, and the people of Biafra. He told us the blueprint of the cannibal. He told us the blueprint of the Fulani Cabal. He told us the blueprints of Saudi Arabia and the rest of them in their quest to Islamize Nigeria. You know what happened in the year 1999 when Obasanjo gave the blueprints to have a Sharia law in Nigeria. According to the president Obasanjo in 1999, he said, and I quote, I will give the Fulani Cabal, I will give the North Sharia law. because Sharia law will die a natural death. He claimed that where there is a position where there is a clash of law of the Nigerian law and the Sharia law, he claimed the Nigerian law and constitution will supersede that of the Sharia law. But today I am here to burst your bubble that in the year 2024, the story has changed. In the year 2024, you will hear from a lady from the northern side who will tell you that the Christians in Nigeria will face the Sharia law. Who will tell you that in Nigeria, if it continues in the trajectory it's going, everyone will be ruled under the Sharia law. Today's title will be, Northern Woman Says Christians will have to follow the Sharia law in an Islamized Nigeria. As you know, Nigeria is already an Islamic country. It has already been declared by Britain, the Foreign Secretary of Britain, Lord David Cameron, in the year 2023, when he was speaking about the conflict of Hamas and Israel. He said he has had a meeting, or he held a meeting with all the Islamic countries of the world, including Nigeria. Nigeria was one of those signatories, one of those dignitaries that were identified as one of the Muslim countries of the world. Today, as we speak, my people, my Biafran people, our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko, he has told you the blueprint of the caliphate. He told you the plans of the caliphate to Islamize Nigeria. He told you Nigeria is now officially an Islamic country. The naysayers, they hate on him. They put a bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. They called on the Finnish government to arrest Simon Ekpa and deport him to Nigeria. Even those he calls his own, those he sees as his elders, or Hanezendigbo, the so-called rulers of Biafra land, the elders, the chieftains, they put a bounty on the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They put a bounty on the head of our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko, for speaking truth to power. Because he told the people of Biafra, he told those who believe in one Nigeria, and he told the world the activities of Mietiala. He told the world the activities of Hamas in Nigeria. He told the world the activities of Boko Haram in Nigeria. He told the world the blueprint of the Fulani Caliphate in Nigeria, which is to finalize the final ceiling, to finalize the Islamization of Nigeria. Because on paper, Nigeria is now officially an Islamic country. In the currency you spend, it has an inscription in Arabic. In your coat of arms, there is an inscription of Arabic. In everything you do, there is an inscription of Arabic in whatever you do in that so-called Nigeria. The government parastatus is run by the Islamic agenda, the Fulani cabal. And to top it up, Britain told the cabal they were born to rule Nigeria. So my Biafrans, people all across the world, permit me as we speak to this, or as we listen to this lady. She is a woman from the north, and sometimes it is good to hear from the horse's mouth, because when you speak things from your own perspective, they say you are being biased. They say you have what they call the unconscious bias, where you are speaking from the viewpoint of your people, from your tribe. You sometimes lean towards an argument in favor of your people, your tribe, and your nation. So today I want to speak from the perspective of a lady coming from the north, a place where there is Sharia law, a place dominated by the Fulani Caliphate, a place dominated by Islam. Let us hear from this our sister from the north and hear what she spoke about the advent of Nigeria being an Islamic country. What will happen when Nigeria is Islamized? Will the so-called Christians who believe in one Nigeria be ruled by the constitution of Nigeria or by Islamic law or Sharia law, what they call the Sharia law? If you are with me, please sit back, relax, take your time, be patient with me. There is a methodology to the way I do my things. I make sure I take my time to break it down so that the average, those who are low in learning or those who are not as advanced as you are, will be able to pick it up. That should be one of the quality of a good teacher. I am here to teach, I am here to discuss, and I am here to have a breakdown of what is going to happen in that so-called Nigeria. So if you are with me, please sit back, relax, and listen to this lady, a northern lady based in the north, where she has a first account of what is happening in a Sharia state. Because as we know, the northern part of Nigeria is ruled under Sharia law, whether you like it or not. In practice, they are ruled under Sharia law. But in theory, they claim Sharia law is for the Christians, is for the Muslims, and your more advanced way of doing things is for the Christians. But listen to her analysis, and I will come back. Listen.
So somebody here asked, are the Christians in northern Nigeria under Sharia law? I cannot answer that question. Originally, no, we are not supposed to be under Sharia law in places where our states adopt Sharia law. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law. But sometimes, before the law come to take charge, some other people have helped you to take charge. So I don't know again. No, I don't know. I cannot come out and tell you categorically that we are under Sharia law or we are not under Sharia law. Ideally, because Nigeria is a secular state, people who are non-Muslims should not be under the Sharia law. But you saw how Deborah's case happened now. So you cannot even, before the people who, the authority who are supposed to come and give the judgment come to that place. But majorly it's the Muslims that are under the Sharia law. Christians ideally are not supposed to be under the Sharia law. But here we are.
God bless my sister. I will have to break this video down because sometimes, before going that far in this video, I will break it down word for word, line for line, sentence for sentence, because it is good to break this thing down to the molecules so that you will understand and have a perfect knowledge. There is something called understanding. To understand, you also have what they call to overstand and to understand. So there is understand, overstand, understand. In your school, in your school in Nigeria, what they teach you is understand. Your teacher will ask you in the classroom, do you understand what I've taught? You will say yes or no. But on a higher level, when you are a critical thinker, when you are a critical analyst, you must understand the theory of understanding, overstanding, and inner standing. So you must understand, overstand, and understand. Check it out. Do your research. You will see I'm speaking the facts. In your Nigerian education, you know nothing about that. But I am here to speak truth to power. I am here to break it down so that you will understand and overstand. And at the end, I hope you will understand, to understand the blueprints of the caliphate, to make you see where the trajectory of Nigeria is going. That vehicle called Nigeria, you should know How should I put it? You should know the destination of Nigeria, like in navigation. When you are using a sat nav in a car, you should understand where you are at from point A to point B. The whole route. You should have a perfect knowledge of where you are and where that vehicle is going. If you are with me, sit back and relax. Let us break this video down. We have to break it down. We just have to. Now, listen.
So somebody here asked, are the Christians in northern Nigeria under Sharia law? I cannot answer that question. Originally, no. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law in places where our states adopt Sharia law. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law. But sometimes, before the law come to take charge, some other people have helped you to take charge.
Hold on, my sister. A question was posed to this lady. If everyone in the north are under Sharia law, including the Christians, and you saw her response, you saw where she was coming from, her perspective. In her response, she was trying to be, truthful. And she said, normally, that shouldn't be the case. But nowadays, it is hard to tell. Because before those who are supposed to come to implement the so-called law, some people will carry out the Sharia law, as in the case of Deborah. Let's take it back one more time. I will break it down one by one. I have to. Listen.
So somebody here asked, are the Christians in northern Nigeria under Sharia law?
Somebody asked, are the Christians in the northern part of that zoo called Nigeria under Sharia law? Oh my God, have mercy. Even the question alone should panic you. It should make you quake it should make you shiver. That Nigeria is supposed to be a secular state as they claim. But someone is asking, are the Christians in the north under Sharia law? Because they saw what happened to Deborah, a girl in a classroom having a chat with her classmates. She said she was ready for exams. She passed her exams and she believed when she prayed to Jesus, Jesus helped her. He laid his hands from heaven on her head and she was able to pass her exams. She was making this claim under the premise of being a Christian, under the premise of not being under Sharia law. But she was tried and judged under Sharia law by her peers. Her classmates, her schoolmates, they did what they did to Deborah. So the question here to this lady is, are Christians in the north, are Christians in the northern part of Nigeria under Sharia law? Are the Christians living in the northern part of Nigeria under Sharia law? Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
I cannot answer that question.
Hold on, my sister. She cannot answer that question. That's her keeping it true. She's saying it the way it is. Even though she's from the north, she does not want to be biased and tell lies and say, oh yes, why not? No. She said she cannot answer that question. Are Christians living in the northern part of Nigeria under Sharia law? And a lady living in the north, a lady from the north is saying, with all due respect, I cannot answer that question. Oh, God have mercy. A very simple, straightforward question that needed a straightforward answer. Respect to this lady here for keeping it real. She kept it 100 by saying she cannot answer that question. Because it might sound simple, but when you go deeper, it will reveal something that will blow your mind. She cannot answer that question. Listen, a little bit.
Sharia law. I cannot answer that question. Originally, no, we're not supposed to be under Sharia law.
Originally, no, we are not supposed to be under Sharia law. If there is something which is original, then you will know that it's a fake. Or it means the original perspective and now there is a different perspective. For the fact she's saying originally, the answer is no. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law. Originally, the answer is no. Christians living in the north should not be under Sharia law. Respect to this lady. I hope she'll be safe because, she keeps it real. I love her video. Thanks for sending me this video. Thank you for sending me this video. Whoever sent me this video, thank you for sending me this video. When I see this girl's video, I feel happy that at least there are people out there who speak truth to power, who say things the way it is. I suspect she's Hausa because the Hausas, they are straightforward. From what I've known, from what I've been hearing as a child, we've been hearing that the Hausa people, they are straightforward. The only mistake the Hausa made was when they wanted to do politics and they opened, their borders to bring in the Fulani Caliphate, the Fulani Cabal, those they called their distant relatives, in a bid to have more populations, to have more number in election, to have more numbers when they are doing their politics. They did what they had to do back then. They did what they had to do back then. They opened up their doors. When politics or election in Nigeria was going towards the digital things, where you start counting. When you were doing your election and you were counting, people were queuing up. They wanted to have the numbers. So they opened their borders to allow the Fulanis to come in because Fulani were their distant relatives. The Fulani and Hausa, they are not the same, but they are distant relatives. They have a similar culture, but they are not the same people. Let's continue.
In places where our states adopt Sharia law, we're not supposed to be under Sharia law. But sometimes before the law come to take charge, some other people have helped you to take charge.
That is the issue there now. She just kept it real. That sometimes before your so-called secular law, following, you follow the Constitution of Nigeria and all those things, before that takes charge, some people will come in and put in place or take charge of the action that will be met on that person. You see, that is the problem. When they say this person is a culprit, before the so-called secular law, where you have, your constitution to say if someone is this or that, this is what should happen to that person. Sharia law will come in. People will come out, step out in the name of their Allah, in the name of their religion, under Sharia law. They will try you, they will judge you according to Sharia law. A case study was the case of Deborah. A girl who was just thanking God, thanking Jesus for helping her during her exams. She was only thanking Jesus for making her pass her exams. But the people around him, the mob around him, those around her class, those in her circle, knowing very well, even with her name, Deborah, it's a name in the Bible, it's a Christian name. You should know she's a Christian. You should know she is affiliated with Christianity. You should know Jesus Christ is her Lord and personal Savior. So when she is giving thanks to Jesus for helping her with her exams, for guiding her with her exams, and she passed in flying colors, those around her, they got angry. Because she said Jesus Christ is God. And to them, those who practice the Sharia law, they see Jesus as a prophet, a messenger of God, not the Son of God. And suddenly this girl, Deborah, was tried under the Sharia law. So what she's saying here is very, very vital. I am going somewhere with this, my people. I am going somewhere with this because suddenly now, Nigeria is now being seen, not the North anymore. Nigeria now is now being seen as an Islamic country. And you know, under an Islamic country, you must practice the Sharia law. In most cases. Yes, you might claim you are being what? Secular. But you know what always happens? You know what always happens when those who are coming to execute the law, be it the mob, be it the classmates, be it the soldiers, even as we speak in the land of Biafra law, in the land of Biafra right now, when soldiers, Fulani headsmen dressed in Nigerian military uniform, when they are coming to the land of Biafra to kill our men, when they see a restaurant, a bar where people are drinking beer, a place where they sell alcohol, they break it down and they burn down the restaurant. That shows you they are implementing Sharia law in a place where you have more Christians. The land of Biafra, let's face it. When you are comparing Islam or Christianity in the land of Biafra, I would say 99.99% are what? Christians. Even though when you look on the higher level, you have those, you know, with their spirituality system, their traditional system and the rest. But when you're comparing Christians to Muslims, the only Muslims there are the foreigners coming to stay in the land of Biafra. No true Biafran is a Muslim person, no, because it is not part of our way of life. It's not part of the culture. Sometimes your religion can be gotten from your what? From your culture, from your tradition, because those you met through your way, they are all Muslims. From your culture, from your tribe, from your locality, it influences your tradition. We the Biafrans, mainly we are Christians, or we are the ones that also have our spirituality way of doing things. But when you're comparing Christianity over Islam in the land of Biafra, you have more Christians. 99.9% are Christians. But suddenly, when the Nigerian army, those they call the Nigerian army, I call them the Fulani killer headsmen dressed in Nigerian uniforms. Those who they called the repentant Boko Haram men and women. When they put them in your Nigerian army, they send them to the land of Biafra. They dress up as Nigerian army. They come to kill the people. While they are killing the people, they might see a restaurant. They might see a bar. They might see a nice place where they sell alcohol. They get angry because to them, alcohol is haram. They get angry because according to their own Sharia law, according to their religion, alcohol or selling or consuming alcohol is haram. It is against the law when it comes to the doctrines of the Sharia law. And then suddenly, they are obliged to break down that bar, a bar where they sell wine. They break it down. They burn the house down. They burn the shop down. They burn the restaurant down because they are selling beer or wine and alcohol, spirits in that store. Do you now get it? This is what will happen when Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. Sharia law will hold sway. Because those who are in your military, those in your police, most of them, they are Muslims and they believe in the Sharia law. The same way in the north now where you have Sharia law, in the north where Sharia law is waxing strong, even though you are a Christian, even though you are a Deborah, even though you are thanking God that you passed your exam, you believe Jesus, the Son of God, helped you to pass your exam. For the fact you are proclaiming that, you are being killed. They see it as a blasphemy. You'll be charged against, what you've done with the Sharia law. You'll be judged according to the Sharia law. Even though you are a Christian, even though your name is Michael, your name is Paul, your name is Simon, your name is Nicodemus, your name is Anthony, your name is David, you are still being tried under the Sharia law. Do you now get it? So this girl, respect to this woman here, she's speaking things the way things are. She's saying it exactly the way things are. I believe she's Hausa. Because the Hausas, The respect we have for Hausa is they don't tell lies. They tell you the way things are. Once they say, "Walai talai, this guy will get this thing," it is done. Once they say, "Walai talai, this guy is the man for this job," or whatever, consider it done. They are men of their word. I'm speaking about the Hausa. I don't know about the Fulani because I don't have any interactions with them whatsoever. Let's continue.
So I don't know again, no. I don't know.
God bless you. So I don't know again, no. I don't know. She's keeping it real. Respect to this sister for keeping it real. I hope she's safe, because my only fear is when I analyze these videos, the Zoo government, they get angry, they track them down, and before you know it, they don't make any videos anymore. So please, I hope this girl will be safe. She said it the way it is. I don't know again, no. I don't know. She don't know again, no, what is really going on. If the secular law or the Sharia law she doesn't know anymore. She's keeping it real. But I am going somewhere with this. So please follow me in this journey. I'm not here to microwave things and just send you the video. No, I have to break it down. That's what they call the analysis, an in-depth analysis. You go deeper, not just give you microwave information. No. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm a scholar. I cannot be giving you microwave information. No. That's not how it is done here. I will take my time and go deeper. Break it down so that everybody will leave here with something. You will leave this video. At the end of this video, you will gain something. It will be in your mind, in your memory for the next 100 years. That's how you learn. Not just coming here and I just told the video to you, then I said good bye-bye and all that. No. That's not how it's done. That's not how it's done in this channel. For the naysayers who are insulting me on my channel or whatever, go to those that just give you 2 minutes videos and they throw the video there and they leave you. It's not done here. I'm here to break it down. So that when you leave, when you're having an argument, you will now have key points to use in your arsenal to defend. When people are telling you, "Oh, why do you hate Nigeria? Why this? Why that? Why don't you love Nigeria?" You will have the points to tell them, to explain. Because when you don't have points, that's when you start to panic, you start getting confused, you start to blame Simon Ekpa for what he's doing, you blame Nnamdi Kanu, you blame we the Biafrans, you hate on the Biafrans, despite we are the ones telling you what will happen. You hate on Nnamdi Kanu, you call him a warmonger, you call him a fraudster, despite everything he has told you has come to pass. You must learn to be patient and get the information. Take it in. As they say, you eat the meat and spit out the bones. Get the information you want. The other ones, see them as obiter dictum, out of point. But get the main information. Suck them in. She's saying here, to keep it real, this Sharia law thing, for Christians, she don't know. She just don't know. She's not sure what is happening. Let's continue.
I cannot come out and tell you categorically that we are under Sharia law or we are not under Sharia law.
God bless you. Hey, God have mercy. She cannot come out categorically to tell you, you want Nigerian lovers, you who believe in Nigeria, you who say God bless Nigeria. She's saying she cannot come out categorically to tell you if they are under Sharia law or not under Sharia law. This lady, she's based in the north. She has lived her life in the north. But because she's been truthful, she has just told you now that she cannot tell you lies. She can't. She wants to say it the way it is. She is not a liar. She's not a pretender. She cannot tell you categorically if in the north, the Christians are under Sharia law or not under Sharia law. So for the fact she is saying that, it is now left for you to do your own research to find out what is happening, because what is happening is what will happen when Nigeria officially becomes an Islamic country. Because right now, in theory, on paper, in documentations, they have said Nigeria is an Islamic country. As we speak, you have a Muslim ticket. These are the phases that has to go through. They have to go through all these phases to now classify Nigeria as officially an Islamic country. In your naira, they have the inscriptions of their language. Arabic is on your naira. Nobody is complaining about it because you are scared to speak truth to power. You are scared to face the bully in the class. The same way this guy is saying, I don't know. You saw the inscriptions of Arabic in your naira. The official language in Nigeria is English, I believe. But suddenly on your naira, there is an inscription of Arabic that no other person can know what it means. A non-Arabic speaker will not understand what that means. It means you are being placed on a disadvantage because they could write anything there. Only the Arabic speakers will know what it is, which is why they said the official language should be English. So anything written on documents should be what? In English. But in the naira you spend, you have the inscription in Arabic. Let's continue.
Ideally, because Nigeria is a secular state, people who are non-Muslims should not be under the Sharia law.
Okay, ideally, because Nigeria is a secular state, ceteris paribus in economics, all things being equal, ideally, oh my God, hey, in an ideal situation, Nigeria should not be under Sharia law because Nigeria is practicing a secular, way of doing things. It's a secular state. So all things being equal, in the ultimate analysis, Nigeria should be a secular state, not a Sharia state, and should not be practicing Sharia law. Ideally, in an ideal situation. Hi, God, have mercy. Continue.
But you saw how Deborah's case happened now. So you cannot even, before the people who, the authority who are supposed to come and give the judgment come to that place. But majorly it's the Muslims that are under the Sharia law. Christians ideally are not supposed to.
She's smart. She didn't want to say much because sometimes you have to be careful. When you say that last statement, it might be a problem. So all she could say was to, she kept mute. She wanted you to fill those blanks. Those blanks in those statements, you have to fill them up. She said, you all saw the case of Deborah. Normally, the authority should come and make judgments. But you saw spaces. You saw what happened. You saw how the Muslims in her class, they judged her based on their own law, their Sharia law. That's it. They were showing you the matches. Those boys, they were shouting. They took her to the classroom. They were banging the door of the staff. They broke it down. They poured fuel on her. They were showing you the matches they used to light her up. And guess what? It was on camera. It was on video. We saw the faces of those responsible. But till this day, nothing has happened to the culprits. Do you know why? Because the governor is under Sharia law. According to the laws of the governor, according to the laws he believes in, those guys, they did nothing wrong. The perpetrators of those acts, they did nothing wrong. In fact, they should be seen as heroes under Sharia law. This has been going on over and over again. As long as those in authority, those in power, those in high places, they believe in the Sharia law. If the people take it upon themselves to judge you according to their own Sharia law, when those come, the police, the army, they will see them as freedom fighters. They will see them as the upholders of the law. They won't be found guilty. Today, Deborah is gone. She was killed in a horrific way. But the killers are out there enjoying the best of life. They are being welcomed as heroes. They are loved by their people. And before you know it, in the next 7 years now, they will become the politicians of that so-called Nigeria. They tried Deborah under the Sharia law. That's what I'm saying here. So you who say you believe in Nigeria, you love Nigeria, oh my God. Hey, you Christians who say you believe in Nigeria, you bless the God, you beg God to bless Nigeria. You must hear from the northern one what she's saying. Because she's saying that you Christians will follow Sharia law in an Islamized Nigeria. You Christians will be ruled, will be judged under the Sharia law in an Islamized Nigeria. You are now in the final phase. Now you have a Muslim ticket. Once they take this blueprint and they show it to Saudi Arabia, to these other countries who support them, Egypt, to Tunisia and the rest of them, when they show them the blueprint, say, hey, we have moved from point A to point B. Point A was to allow all those in power, the government parastatals, to be controlled by the Muslims. We now have that. Point B was to tell Britain to declare the foreign secretary of Britain, because Britain, they created Nigeria. Britain are the owners of Nigeria. We have told the foreign secretary to see us as an Islamic country. And in his statement, he mentioned that he has had a discussion with all the members of the Islamic countries, including Nigeria. That is the second phase. Now you have a Muslim ticket. You have a Muslim government. You have a Muslim president and a Muslim vice president overrunning the affairs of Nigeria. That is the icing on the cake. The final one will be the state police. Once they introduced this thing that was asked for by the Fulani Caliphate, 2 days ago, I did a video about the man they call F0RCED, the short man devil. Before Tinubu was president, he took the blueprint of the Fulani Caliphate that said all they want from Tinubu was what? State police. Nothing else. Do nothing about the Almajiri culture. We don't care about it. It is the Hausas that go through it. All we want from you now is state police. Tinubu saw that blueprint, and that was the first thing he's working upon now as the Muslim president of Nigeria, to create a state police. But sadly, some of you don't understand the science behind that state police. I have called out on the Zoo media, those in Arise TV, Channels TV, I call them out. Dr. Ruben Abati, Rufai Hosseini, Shehu of Channels TV, I have called them out to do their research. What is behind this sudden call, this clamor for a state police? When in the month of December, by luck, by chance, we saw the video of some young boys, some youths from Kaduna who has certificate indigens. They have the indigen certificate of Lagos State to say they are from Lagos State. Boys who could not speak Yoruba, Boys who are from Kaduna State, the home of El-Rufai. El-Rufai, who said the cabal, they want state police. Suddenly, we are seeing young boys from Kaduna with certificates, with indigenous certificates of Yoruba land, joining the police force. They were in the cadet training, doing the training, joining the police force. What does that tell you? If by chance we saw the video of young boys from Kaduna in Lagos State, they are claiming they are indigenes of Lagos State with certificates in their hand. Do you think those are the only boys that did that? Do you know what is happening in the other states? Ondo, Oyo, Ogun, Imo, Abia, Delta, Edo, Anambra, Cross River. Benue is already gone. Plateau is already gone. Do you know what they have been doing all this while? Giving them certificate of indigeneship in those states. So when you have your so-called state police, thanks to the man who gave me that information, he told me, young man, your video, you are 100% right though. State police is the final straw. The way they have Muslim tickets, when they have state police, those in your police, they will have your name, they will have certificates saying they're from your states, but they are not. On paper, they are from your state, which gives them the right to be in your police, but according to their DNA, they are not from where they claim they are from. They will carry out the activities of the caliphate. Once you have a state police and there is a coup, you know what will happen. Once you have a state police and the caliphate, they are controlling your governors, you know what will happen. That will be the icing on the cake of Nigeria being an Islamic country. And just as in the case of the military men that you saw in the land of Biafra, burning down restaurants and bars because there is alcohol being sold, it tells you those military men, they are not Christians, they are not from the Igbo side, they are not from the Yoruba side, they are not from Delta, they are not from Benue, they are not from Plateau, they are not from the Middle Belt. Those people, they are peculiar. They are from a particular place where their culture relates to their religion. They believe in Sharia law and they judge the people of Biafra, the businessmen selling beer and alcohol in the land of Biafra. They judge them according to the Sharia law. I hope you don't get it. That military men came with their guns and tanks. They were looking for the so-called ESN and BLA. They are looking for the freedom fighters of Biafra. They couldn't find them. They saw where they were selling alcohol. They decided to break down all the alcohol and set alight the restaurant selling the alcohol. They set alight the shop selling the beer and alcohol, because to them it is haram to sell or drink alcohol. I rest my case. I rest my case. I can't go on this one. The pain sometimes, it kills me. It kills me. I'm tired of explaining this over and over and over again. For those that have ears, let them hear. You that believe in Nigeria, you say you believe in one Nigeria. The final straw will make you cry, but nobody will listen to you, because Nigeria is now officially an Islamic country. Just like in Saudi Arabia, if you even in Kuwait, Dubai, you love to go, there are Sharia laws there. You cannot go to a hotel with a lady who is not your wife. I hope you know that. I've been there as an expert, going to do things, and they will tell you and your team members, you are coming for this program, but you cannot be seen in the same hotel. Not to brainstorm, not to do anything. You will all be booked in separate rooms. You can't be seen drinking alcohol. Now you respect them because that is an Islamic country. You respect their rules and their regulations. In Saudi Arabia, you cannot be seen drinking alcohol because that is their culture, and the whole world respect that. When the world go to Saudi Arabia, they respect them not to drink alcohol in the public or whatever, because they know Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Kuwait, all of them, they are practicing what? Sharia law, because they are an Islamic country. So when Nigeria is now officially made an Islamic country, when the Sharia law is in place, nobody will come to your aid. You Christians, if they say every Sunday must be made holy, don't go to church on Sundays or whatever. You must stick to the rules. Do not drink beer in your wedding, in your birthday parties or whatever. You must stick to your rules. In your bars, in your restaurant, you can only sell water, no more alcohol. You must stick to the rules, because Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. Now play, it go be like play. The same way this guy say, I don't know, I cannot tell. That time is coming. You who believe in one Nigeria, it will come and it will be like play for your face. It will be like play for your face. And then you will wonder, had I known? You will beg for mercy. You will beg the world to come to your aid, but nobody will come because Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. You had a Muslim ticket president in 2023. You all voted and you were happy about it. You have everything in place right now. You have a state police, and you know the percentage of the Muslims who are in a state police, there will be more. You know this and you know that, and you keep on pretending like you don't know what is happening. It will be too late. You will cry, but nobody will answer you, because Nigeria will officially be an Islamic country. On paper, you are already an Islamic country. On paper. So this last straw, this last policy to have a state police will be the game changer. I rest my case. From me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain Biafra, Superstars, Media. God bless you. Very, very sad.
Yeah.